rain had been falling all evening, washing the streets in silver reflections. Inside the dimly lit nursing home, an old man sat in his wheelchair, staring at the empty hallway as if waiting for someone who might never come. His name was Edward. To the nurses, he was just another patient, quiet, polite, a little forgetful. But behind his tired eyes, there lived a story of love so powerful that even time itself couldn't erase it. Every night before bed, Edward asked the same question to the young nurse who tucked him in. "Will she come tonight?" The nurse would smile softly, pretending not to understand. "Rest now, Mr. Edward. You need your strength." But he wasn't asking about family. He wasn't asking about friends. He was asking about her. Her name was Margaret. Decades earlier, in a world of black and white photographs and jukebox songs, Edward had met Margaret at a local dance hall. She wasn't the prettiest girl in the room, not in the way magazines defined beauty, but the moment she laughed, that genuine head-tilted laugh that shook the air, he knew she was the one. They danced that night until their feet ached, and from then on they kept dancing, through poverty, through the war, through raising 3 children in a small apartment that barely fit them. Life wasn't easy. They had arguments, bills they couldn't pay, nights when Edward came home exhausted from the factory. But every Friday night, no matter how tired they were, he would take Margaret's hand, push the furniture aside, and dance with her in the living room. Their children grew up watching it. To them, it was proof. Love was not always about flowers or diamonds. Sometimes love was about 2 people who refused to stop dancing together, no matter what life demanded. But then came the illness. Margaret's memory began to fade. At first it was little things, misplaced keys, forgotten appointments. Then one night, she looked at Edward during their dance and whispered, "I'm sorry. I don't remember the steps." Alzheimer's, the cruel thief of memory. Day by day, it stole her laughter, her recognition, her words. But Edward never stopped. He visited her every morning in the care home, sat beside her, and told her their stories. How they met, how they danced, how she used to sing while cooking. Most days she stared blankly. Sometimes she asked who he was, but he never stopped telling her, because love remembers, even when memory doesn't. One stormy night, Margaret's condition worsened. The doctors said she didn't have much time left. Edward sat beside her bed, his trembling hands holding hers. "Do you remember our song, Maggie?" he whispered, tears wetting his cheeks. She didn't answer. Her breathing was shallow, her eyes half closed. And then, in the faintest voice, like a memory rising from deep inside her fading mind, she whispered, "Yes." Edward's heart nearly burst. With all the strength he had left, he rose from his chair, slipped his arms gently around her frail body, and stood her up. Slowly, painfully, he guided her feet, humming the tune they had danced to their whole lives. The nurses watched from the doorway, tears streaming down their faces, as the old couple swayed one last time. She leaned her head against his chest, and for a fleeting moment, she was his Margaret again. That night, Margaret closed her eyes for the last time in Edward's arms. Days later, the nursing home staff found Edward sitting in his wheelchair, holding her photograph against his chest. He had passed in his sleep. On his nightstand lay a note, written in shaky handwriting. "Save me the last dance, my love. I'll be there soon." Some people believe true love fades with age, with distance, with memory. But Edward and Margaret proved otherwise. Love does not fade. It waits. It dances beyond time, beyond illness, beyond even death itself. Because the heart never forgets.